Hello and welcome to the channel Scene with Chips. If you've been here before, then welcome back. If you haven't been here before, then welcome, and please consider subscribing and pressing the bell button so that you can be notified of videos that I'm going to be making throughout the year. Right, well, who haven't seen all my videos. Now, if you remember, if you've seen the very first video that I made, and the reason for my channel being called Scene with Chips was the fact that I had a bike that I'd customized to look like an American police bike, like the Chips series from the 1980s. And as we know, they were Kawasaki's, but I quite like Harley Davidson's, but I like the look of the Chips bike. And as I said at that time, this is a bike as a keeper. I'm never ever going to change it, and I didn't for 9 years. And then in last November, I thought, you know, I think I've done a lot of miles on this bike now, and I think it's about time that I gave myself some newer technology. So I actually bought a 2020 Road King Special, the 114 engine, nice bike, lovely bike, but I just couldn't get on with it. I don't know what it was, whether it was too heavy for me, I don't know, but I just didn't feel comfortable riding the bike. And the handle, I couldn't get the handlebars right, and I couldn't get it comfortable, and it just wasn't for me. So I hawked around a few of the Harley Davidson dealerships, and I managed to get a good deal on a brand new 2023 a Sport Glide, which you'll see is the subject of this video. And my idea was didn't want to do too much customization, but obviously what I want to do first of all is to get a stage 1. So I did the 1,000 miles, did the 1,000 miles at all the right speeds and not over revving it, etc. And then when had the 1,000-mile service, and so then I was set for a stage 1. So last week I decided to ride down to my mechanic's place in Anglesey, and we'd have a stage 1. Prior to that, he said, right, I'll get everything that we need to the stage 1. As you know, there's three items that are needed for the stage 1. You need to change the filter, you need a new exhaust system of some sort, and you need to tune it. He got all the stuff for the tuning and the filter, and left me with the exhaust to choose. So I did. And I got in touch with a company called Tab Performance Exhaust in the States. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to reuse my heat shield, the gloss black heat shield that's actually on the bike. I didn't want to really change the look of it. So I was looking around for the right exhaust. And I thought I found it. I contacted them. They sent me the details back, and I ordered it. And I then sent the link to my mechanic guy, Jed, and he came back about an hour later and said, have you read the second paragraph on their website? So I said, no, because I'm not really a person of attention to detail. And he said, well, if you look at the second paragraph, and it said, this exhaust does not fit 2023 European models. This is an issue, because I've got a 2023 European model. And evidently the reason for that is that the 2023 European models have a O2 sensor that's in the rear exhaust slip-on, whereas it seems to be the American bikes don't. But of course they don't actually sell the Sport Glide in America anymore. They only sell them in Europe now. So I thought this is going to be an issue. So first of all, I've got to take a shout out to Tab, because I ordered the exhaust on a Monday morning, and it's coming from the States. They contacted me to say, are you sure this is the one you want, because you've ordered a chrome tip with the black exhaust? I said, yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, we're shipping it out. It arrived on Friday, 3 days after they shipped it out. Now, I can't get things from this country that quick, but it came from the States and it arrived on the Friday, which is unbelievable. However, there was the issue of, is it the right exhaust? So Jed, the mechanic, said to me, do you know, I think we can get round this. And the video that we're going to make now is going to show you how how he got round the problem. This is what I was talking about on the introduction. On the pipe that I've got here, there's an O2 sensor that fits into the standard pipe that comes with the Sport Glide. Unfortunately, as I said before, getting hold of a pipe that's got an O2 sensor in, that's going to sound nice and that can go on with the Stage 1 was quite difficult. So it looks like we're going to have to do some modifications to the new pipe, because the new pipe comes without the O2 sensor. So as you can see here, the new pipe on the right, the matte black one, doesn't have an O2 sensor. So we have now got to create that O2 sensor on the black pipe. Marking the position. Oh, no, it don't work now. Scrap. So now we've got the O2 sensor that's been cut out of the old exhaust, all cleaned up and all ready to be put back into the new pipe. Great stuff.
It's just called a step-in drill, so it increases, ever decreases the hole size.
Oh, that's neat, isn't it? So that will actually, as you go down through it, it will increase the hole size to the size that you particularly want.
Yeah. I don't think this is actually going to be big enough for us, so then I'll use a small grinder to grind out the actual correct hole.
So what we're trying to do really is that the markings that you've put around there is to cut out that hole to fit the sensor.
Yeah. We're not going to go square. That's just our centralisation square. But obviously, you can see that it's put in with a hole.
Yeah.
So obviously, we'll drill the hole to that size, and then we'll place that. You'll see it in, and then we'll weld it round again.
Weld it in. Right.
Weld it
Good.
in.
Simple.
Very simple. Trial fit.
Yeah.
Don't fit. Still don't fit. We're near.
Near?
We're near, but so far away. Change the tip. It's like going to the dentist. That's that rough one before she puts that filling in. It kills you. Oh, too rough.
Right, so what we have here is the new hole that's been all drilled, waiting for the sensor to be welded back into the hole again. So it's all set in the right position. Well, there's the new piece all back in position into the new pipe. All fits nicely. Giving the full exhaust a spray job.
High temperature.
High temperature paint.
Yeah, so it won't burn off.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
So now that where you've got the new welded sensor,
Yep, all matches up.
it looks as though it should have been there forever.
Yep.
What a perfect job.
Yep, we'll let it dry now.
Yep.
We'll put the tuner on, tune it out,
Yeah.
and
Job done.
let it dry a minute or two, and then we can assemble it all.
Yeah. Good. There we have the new exhaust on, looking exactly the same as it did before, but hopefully will sound a little different. And the O2 sensor is all back in the right place, modified for this particular exhaust pipe.